So Marcus Rashford is almost on his way to PSG. Now his buyback clause in the loan contract between Barcelona and Manchester United have not been triggered yet. But then there are rumors that PSG is very much interested in Marcus Rashford and are willing to offer up to £40 million. Now this is the problem we are having. For a player that struggled in Manchester United, now arguably Marcus Rashford is one of Barcelona's best player of recent times. Marcus Rashford has been one consistent performer in the Barcelona team. And all of a sudden, Marcus Rashford has become a celebrity. Now PSG, a club like PSG is coming out for Marcus Rashford. That's to tell you how a player has actually improved. This is the same thing we are saying. A player might stay in a particular environment and may not really excel. Maybe the environment is not very, very perfect for the player. Maybe it's not very perfect. Like what I am seeing in the case of Alexander Isak. I'm not seeing Liverpool to be the best team for Isak. I think Isak should start from teams like Newcastle, where he was very nice. He can play very well in Nottingham Forest, very nice. He can also play very well in Aston Villa. I think the pressure and expectations in Liverpool, they are really, really overwhelming, and that's what is affecting Alexander Isak. So, if you ask me, between Barcelona and PSG, which team should Marcus Rashford actually go? For me, I feel he should just stay in Barcelona. I think the whole Spanish football actually fits his style of football too. And then he has so much respect from the Barcelona fan. Him going to PSG would be a new atmosphere. Although the advantage is that he will have been able to compete with Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia is a very talented winger. But then I think the advantage that Marcus Rashford has is Marcus Rashford can actually be utilized as a central attacker. So you'll notice that he can be able to bench people like Gonzalo Ramos. Yes, he can comfortably bench Gonzalo Ramos. But for Kvaratskhelia, I'm very doubtful. I am very doubtful that Marcus Rashford will be able to do anything. So, but if Dembele comes, I think Marcus Rashford will have a very good competition if he wants to play from the central role. Okay, so, but for times when we have Kvaratskhelia being injured, of course, we have Marcus Rashford as a perfect alternative. Marcus Rashford is playing a very good football, but my fear is the PSG environment. The French league is different from the Spanish league.